You're welcome. And we're looking at different series on addiction, and because of how important it is in our society, I'm going to tell you something that happened, some time ago. When we were in school, there was this guy we all like, admire, look up to, you can call it that. And at some point, we graduated, served in different parts of the country. And after service, 2, 3 years, I started getting messages and calls. Oh, send me this urgent 2K, send me 3K, send me 4K, send me, different things like that. And as I was getting it, of course, bro code now, you're not going to tell anybody that you are helping this person out financially. So it continued that way until we had discussion. I think we just had something, and oh, have you heard of this person? Yeah. So some of us, we started discussing, okay, how is this guy, how is this guy, how is this other person? And they say, yeah, things seem to be a bit somehow, because he's been asking for some kind of money. And then someone said, oh yeah, I saw him the other time, he wasn't looking too good. I was, okay, what's the most recent picture you have of him? And they brought that picture. Now, when they brought that picture, we went back. We sent someone that was living close to that state, not the same state, but very close. And the person just made a short 100-kilometer journey to the state where this same person is staying. And that was when we discovered that he was addicted to this sports betting. People were angry and all that, but some of us felt very, very bad. We were seeing him from that promising young guy that did well in school, and that is now addicted to sport bet. Unfortunately, it wasn't just sport bet, okay? He was also abusing substance. And he got help. And thanks to the kind of people we have in the studio, the kind of person we have in the studio, and his name is Dr. Mba. I was actually expecting more person than Dr. Mba. I was expecting Dr. James, but we have Dr. Mba here in the studio, and he's going to be explaining what happens to us when we are betting, if betting can be classified as a drug and things like that. But remember, last week we ended the program from on what government, the roles government should be playing, in sanitizing our environment with respect to drugs. And today, we're also going to be looking at what government should be doing we're going to be starting there. What government should be doing with respect to the betting in the country. So, sir,
Yes.
sport bets, how can you describe it with respect to addiction? Have you ever had anybody before you describe it, or when you describe it? Okay, fine, describe it. I have so
Uh,
many questions and they're coming in droves in my
yes.
mind, but let's
No
start with
problem.
describe what
So,
happens when we bet.
yes, what happens when we bet is still a form of addiction. It's a
Okay,
behavioral addiction,
okay.
behavioral violation. So, what happens is, at the first instance, the person maybe just use small money,
Yeah.
do that betting, maybe win a bigger money, and the brain
Mm.
now sees it that he has arrived.
Mm.
Gradually, you see that person taking in more money, and that thing will not be coming.
Mm-mm.
But his expectation has been set high
Yeah.
that this is now the intent.
Mm.
Maybe at a point also, he'll bet and win.
Mm.
He has come to his Eldorado.
Yeah.
That is it. That is the final way of making money and making it quick. More so
Mm.
that the trend that we are in today is such that people are looking for quick fixes, quick
That's
money
true. That's
because
true.
of the situation
That's
of the
true.
economy.
That's true.
Now, what happens? The next thing, he will want to bet more than he was doing before. It's just
Mm.
like I told you, that bet is now like a substance of he has abused.
Mm.
His brain has been reset.
Mm.
He has now seen it as that is the only source of income quickly for him. And then
Mm.
because he had seen it like that, he will even neglect the work he was originally doing
Mm.
through which he made that money. The
Yeah.
first one he used maybe to bet and win.
Mm.
The brain will be telling him because it has been reset. Oh
Mm.
boy, Don't go back to any other thing. Oh, this is the most important thing in your life. Follow it. And because addiction is like a wove in sheep's clothing,
Mm.
the person is now woven in.
Mm.
Even if he doesn't have money, he will start lying to his friends.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true.
boy, do you know that my landlord has just increased
Yeah.
my house rent
Yeah.
unnecessarily? And you see how things
Mm.
are, my dear. You can see business is not going on well. Can you find me
Yes.
something?
And then they just
And then that's something you find it, he throws it into that betting again. And that one goes. He will now, if he discovers, because somehow they become a little wiser in doing bad things. But that
oh
is how that makes the brain to do. He becomes wiser. He will now begin to craft a lot of lies for people around. If he has come to you the third time and you now didn't give him,
yeah, they
he
will
will
just
leave you.
yeah.
He will move to another person. In fact, most of them, in their wisdom, they will start listing their friends. This month they will talk to this
Yes,
friend.
yes, yes.
The
Because
other
I noticed a pattern with this
the
guy.
other day he will talk.
I
Yeah.
noticed there's a pattern
Yes.
actually, and
Mm.
these friends of ours too. Everybody noticed a pattern. It's like
Mhm.
everybody had a timetable.
Yeah.
And for the people that will be wondering, this guy is living a normal life. He no
Mm.
longer bets.
Mhm.
He no longer abuse any substance. He works in a very good bank. So
Mhm.
he's living the best part of his life.
Life.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But if he didn't see people like you, I don't think he would have recovered that because he dealt with two things:
Mhm.
substance abuse and behavioral
And
abuse.
behavioral abuse.
So have you ever had people who had this problem walk into
Yeah,
your
yes,
place?
I have. There's one. What he
Hmm.
does is this forex trading. You know, another thing that
Oh,
another addiction that is coming in is this forex wahala, forex
oh,
trading.
okay.
He came in just with headache. That he doesn't know
Okay.
this headache has been there.
Okay.
Then, as we started discussing,
Yes.
and I asked him, "Do you also
Do any exercise.
take this recreational something?" He said yes.
Okay.
I asked him. I said, "Then why do you take it?"
Hmm.
He said it makes him to be bolder. I said, "But in this boldness, I also know that you will take higher risks, and
Yes.
in taking higher
Wait,
risks."
he takes recreational drugs
To make him bolder, to make
to make
him
as in the
that's
forest
in
to trade
forex trading, yes.
to take bigger
So
risk.
they take bigger risks.
God,
And at that point, that is how they lose bigger money. And then they
obviously.
crash down. And when they now crash down, they will look for people and tell them, life is in forex trading. Just bring your money. They may still come to your place and tell you about all these stories,
Yes, I've seen them.
you know. Then I now counseled him. I said, no, this is leading you into the wrong way.
Mm.
Why don't you come? He said, if he comes out, what will he then do?
Can learn a
You can now
skill.
see
Can learn a tech skill.
it has taken over him. What will he then do? And at that point, I'm handicapped. I can't even tell him to start coming for therapy and all those things because the money to come and do it, he doesn't have it.
Oh,
And
oh.
then I said, okay, but we can help you. That's just the word the parting shot
Yeah,
I
that's
gave. He
true.
said, we
That's
can
true.
help you. There are a lot of them. The other one came in and said, I asked him, he said he takes shisha. This
Yeah, this
this thing they
yes.
smoke. I said, okay, why do you take shisha? He said it makes him feel fine.
Yeah,
I
that's
said, well,
dopamine,
but you
right?
are feeling fine, but then it has an adverse effect later. He said,
Hmm.
well, that now he doesn't have it. I said, okay, but you can be helped. So people are into these things, be, not because they want to be in it, but because they have experimented it and it has now taken over their own
Hmm.
will.
Yeah, that's true. People bet,
They
and
do.
it's one thing or a form of addiction that is commonized in our society. You see all these people everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to start calling names.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
in clubs you see casinos.
yeah.
So, but I the sport betting
Mm.
is like it's a lot more addictive than casinos, or maybe because I'm familiar with people
We,
who bet,
yes, we
who
are
do
familiar.
sports betting than
Yeah,
casinos.
casinos.
Yeah,
It's all the same, one and the same. But what happened is in sport betting, young people, they want to get entertained through football.
that's true.
It is from that little entertainment that they veer into this betting aspect.
Hmm.
And what happens is this: when they now start it, their friends, they will start betting with their friends somehow. It may become just they want to
Just
play
something, yes,
something, they want to
something
see
harmless or something that appears
who will
harmless. Yeah.
predict more better than the other. It is just like that until gradually
Morph
it
into
pushes
the
them into it. Unfortunately, from the stories we have been hearing from them, some of them even will use their school fees
yes, I've seen it.
to do this betting. And
I've seen
then
it.
when the exam is coming, they are nowhere to be found. They will just abscond. And when they come back, they will go and concoct one result or the other and give to
Yeah,
their parents who
yeah,
don't know anything.
that's
But those
true.
parents who know something will want to go and find out. And some of them almost at the point of graduating, they will come back, they will come and discover that their works have not been taking the requisite
Hmm,
exams. And
that's
then
true.
some of them, they would even borrow money from these loan sharks.
Yeah.
They will borrow money just for betting.
Hmm.
And then by the time they put more pressure on them, they will find a way to join bad gangs, make
Yeah.
money, and pay part
Yeah.
of
It's a
that.
vicious
It's a
cycle.
vicious cycle, and they start all over again. It's unfortunate, but what can one say? Parents, guardians, watch your words.
That's true.
Take scrutinize them. But
Hmm.
I'm not saying tie them down.
No.
If you discover that I have taken the wrong step, it is time to help them to
Hmm.
retrace their steps.
Oh.
Otherwise, they will grow deeper and deeper and deeper, and it become very difficult,
Yeah.
if not
That's true.
impossible, because some of them, their lives have gone through overdose. Then those in betting, their lives have gone through excessive stress. They will see that they are now useless and they commit suicide,
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Because you see, it's funny how this thing just goes on in our society and everybody tolerates them.
Mm,
I can understand if it happens in Europe, another part of the world.
mm.
They have the mechanisms to absorb these people
Yeah,
and
yeah,
treat them very well.
yeah.
But here we don't have it.
We
You
don't.
just said something now
We don't.
about just one hospital. Yeah, owned by NDLE, I
Mm-hmm,
think.
mm-hmm.
And then we have so many private clinics, and yet we have a lot more private centers that are not up to world standard, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where the problem is. Because it will be better if you have if you don't get treated at all
Mm-hmm.
than get treated by yeah relapse,
Relax
yes,
and
by
relax.
quacks, and then you likely to relapse. So but now, coming back to sport betting, does the waiting, you know you have a 90 minutes wait,
Mm-hmm.
so there's the adrenaline, there's the expectation. Then I'm comparing sport betting with casino bet
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
The waiting on one hand, compared to a casino where you roll a dice,
Mm-hmm.
or a pack of cards, and if
And then
a
what
couple
you
of
will get.
seconds or maybe a minute or so, or a couple of minutes, it comes up. But
Mm-hmm.
when you look at football, you wait for a while and a longer while. Does the waiting affect the dopamine and affect addiction
Yeah.
if we want to compare sport bets now to casino?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does, because at that waiting time, the person is going under mental stress.
Oh.
Is going through mental stress. Some of them, even that is what pushed them into adding drugs
Hmm.
because they want to relieve themselves.
Hmm.
Much more so if they lost.
Yeah.
They would now start to find a way to ease off
Yeah.
this
And
stress.
sometimes they want to even recoup the money back, so
That
they
that
spend,
that
they
that they
bet
may
more.
now bet more
Yes, there's
and
this
then lose
research.
more.
There's this research that is very shocking. They said, let's say a lot of people who bet a certain amount of money ended up betting more.
Mhm.
They lost, though.
Mhm.
They ended up betting more
Yeah.
because they want to
They
recoup.
want to recoup the one they lost.
Mm.
That's the brain telling him, oh, you see, if you had put in more money, you wouldn't have lost as much. Just false narrative
Yes, it is.
going through their brain. And then at a point now, they will start looking for money by hook and crook. That is
Mm.
when, at the point, they will also join bad gangs.
Mm.
When they now join bad gangs, they may go into kidnapping, like some of them, that's what they are doing.
Mm.
They may go into armed robbery. They want to get this money quick, quick, and go and do more betting and then win more. It becomes a vicious cycle.
Okay.
Instead of escaping, they're getting deeper into a bigger problem.
Now, I've seen people who bet and they've been betting for years, they've never
Mhm.
been addicted.
Mhm.
Now, I've seen people who have not bet, they've not
Done
bet
it for
for
long.
done it for long and they became addicted. So at
Mm.
what point does it move from normal to
To
compulsive and then to
compulsive.
addictive?
Yes, at the point it stays at somehow normal is this person doing this betting has not seen it as a job, as something to depend on.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
other ones who go into the real addiction of betting, they have moved to that level. They see it as the only thing that will give them the breakthrough they have been looking for in life.
So their
So
mind just
their
block every other
mind block
opportunity
every
out
other
there.
opportunity. And that is what addiction does.
Hmm.
Addiction will tell you,
Now this is the
don't go, this is
solution.
the only solution. This is life
Hmm.
itself.
Hmm.
Anything outside of this
It's out of
is
it.
out of the way. So they will
Wow.
now go get deeper and deeper and deeper until they come to that point that they can be helped out of it.
Hmm.
So that is the difference. Some are very wise. They will just bet a little, but they will do some other job to sustain their lives.
Hmm.
And then some of them, at a certain point, they come to realize, at the point they have not gone into addiction, they realize that they needed help. They can speak out, and their friends can help them and say, oh boy, this thing you are doing, oh, there is serious danger ahead. That person at this point can break off
Hmm.
and come back to his normal self and continue leading his normal life.
Okay. You know, there is this thing, betting companies, what they do, they give you
Bonus.
bonus. Yeah, they give you bonus to lure you in.
Mm.
I think government can look at legislation in that aspect. So don't give people bonus. People should stake their money. But now, if I lose money, because I've had access to that bonus before,
Mhm, mhm.
I walked away. I didn't win. I walked away. Now, the question is, why don't people just walk away instead of, you know, continue pursuing? Why do
Continue.
people chase losses instead of
Mm.
walking away?
Why you see the reason people chase losses is simply this. In their mind,
Yeah.
it's not yet a loss. They have invested. They will tell you that they have invested. They have to recoup that investment.
Oh.
And then that is the false narrative from the brain.
Hmm.
So instead of saying, okay, you have given me bonus, I have lost, go out, leave me alone. No, the other part of the brain will tell them that one that makes them to reason properly will be
Hmm.
suppressed. The other
Hmm.
one will tell them, just do it one more, do it a second time. Now you can add more money to win
Hmm.
more. It's the same narrative. The brain is being rewired wrongly.
Okay. And sometimes I ask, is it better to win or to lose? Which is better? Both are
Winning,
worse.
winning is also the same thing. The
Okay.
person now puts in 1,000 today, wins 2,000. The next day he will want to put 5,000, win 10,000. So
Because there's a
that's
part of
why
the
that.
brain that said, look, you put in 1,000, I
Mhm,
want two. If you
mhm,
had put in 1 million, you'd have
mhm.
won
2
2 million.
million. So why not? Why not do it?
And later, when you do it, the math will no longer matter.
The person will now say, "Oh, I have lost everything. And then in that state, the next thought is, what then? What then should I do now? And because of the wrong wiring in the brain will tell him, you can find another means of making money through tricks. Somebody has tricked you, so you must trick another person. So
Yeah.
you now see them crafting out. That's why
Odds.
all these Yahoo boys.
You
That
okay?
is what may have pushed them into doing Yahoo. Somebody
Yeah.
has done it to me, so I am
I
out to
must
do it.
retaliate. Yeah.
Retaliate. And then in that process, their brain keeps on telling them, you can do some other thing.
To just
So
get back at the society.
they will just get into bad situation.
Mm. Okay. So we've looked at sport betting and there are a lot of betting companies and they are very, very
Lucrative, making
yes,
money.
they are making
Making
money.
money. Unfortunately, the government has an agency
I
that
don't want to go there.
oversees these
I don't
functions.
want to go there, but it's true.
Uh-huh.
They have an agency,
Yeah.
that but I think the agency is there as a regulator,
Mm.
and maybe you're not the person that should be asking this question. But if I see anybody, that works with the agency, what question do you think I should be asking them?
Yeah, you find out from that person what are they actually regulating.
Okay. Okay, that's
Because
one.
because
So all of you you should take note.
as
What
it is now,
exactly are you
what
regulating?
exactly are you
Yeah,
regulating?
yeah.
Because as it is now, government is not putting out any advertisement warning youths on the evils
They say
of
you have to
regulation.
be 18 years old.
Uh-huh. 80 years old
That's
does
what
not
they
make
say. Bet
one.
responsibly.
Yes,
Be 18 and above.
it's also the same thing they do in the use of medication. They'll tell you
Yes,
after 3 days, go and see a doctor. But the person may not survive up to that
that's
three
true.
days.
That's true.
So I think what government should actually do is to look into the way these bet companies are doing their businesses.
Hmm.
Because there are stories that sometimes people win, they will not even give them what they want,
That's true.
what that thing
That's
they
true.
want.
I know
And
someone, he did 32 million, he was
uh,
not giving.
uh-huh.
Like, he
so
was not giving.
so now it is what do you expect from such a person? He has
Yeah.
he has some amount of money somewhere. It's not
Yes.
coming. Then the person will become more dejected, and that person will slip into being
Hmm.
a terror to the society.
Yeah.
So government should
Okay.
do more than what
Okay.
they're doing.
Government should do more. And unfortunately, NDLEA that is very functional.
Mm.
Their mandate doesn't
It
cover
doesn't cover
betting.
betting.
Yeah. So, but I think at some point too, the lottery commission here will also have to look at the danger of it too, and if possible, because since these betting companies are making a lot of money,
Mhm.
and see if a certain percentage of the money, their profits now, can be used as rehabilitation centers.
I hope that will happen.
You get what I'm saying? No, but it's true.
Yeah, what you are
Because
saying is
it will be too
correct.
much to just ask the government to, scrap it. I
No,
don't think it's
no,
possible.
it's not
But if
possible.
the percentage of some of these profits now can be used for
Other
rehabilitation center, not
rehabilitation.
rehabilitation center for people addicted to betting in particular,
Mm.
and then by extension,
Then
other drugs.
other drug use. You are very correct. If that
Mm,
can be done, fine. But I doubt
mm.
in the situation we have found ourselves in today. I think that is what is done outside, because
Yes.
what they do outside is that they collect these stats, whether it's VAT or
Mm,
whatever, plow it back for the good of the society. But
mm.
our own is that when we get them, we don't see them.
Yes.
It hangs up there. And then,
They take all winners take all.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Okay, so thank you
But
very
what I
much.
would say is
Yes.
parents should watch their words, or
Mm.
relatives should watch their family people. And if there's anyone that is into bet addiction, there is help.
Okay.
That person can be
Because the person can
talked
come
out
to
of
you
it.
guys.
Yes,
And
through psychotherapy, that person can be brought out of
okay.
it, and that person redirected to doing something useful for himself or herself and for this community as well.
So does in treatment, how
Yes.
is there a difference between how you treat people that are addicted to behavioral, people that are suffering from behavioral addiction,
Mhm.
and people that are abusing substance? Is there
Mhm.
a difference?
There is a whole
Okay,
lot of difference because
okay.
in the treatment of addiction, for instance,
Hmm.
what you do is to detoxify this person,
Okay,
remove that drug from that person, the
okay,
person's system.
okay.
Then, for those who are not taking drugs but are into
Hmm.
behavioral deviation,
Okay.
behavioral addiction, is the
Hmm.
psychotherapists that
Oh,
will help them, talk them
get them
out
out
of
of it.
it.
Hmm.
You understand?
Hmm.
So there's a whole lot of
Okay.
difference. But unfortunately, what we are doing today
Hmm.
is just that we mumble jumble all those things, but
You just
that's
put
not
everything
put everything
together.
together. And then when the person is now out of rehab, we say bye bye, no follow up, nothing, nothing. The next day the person
Person
comes
is
back,
there.
relapses.
Okay, if you were to advise the person listening to you now, what advice will you give them? I want us to do this in threefold. If you are to advise people that are betting, people that are yet to bet, what advice will you give them? If you are to advise parents or people that are betting on parents generally, what advice, and then the government? So let's
Okay.
start with people
People,
that are betting.
yes, people that are not yet betting.
Okay, okay, we want to start
I
from there.
want you
Fine.
to understand that there is no good role model in betting.
Yeah.
What brings good role model is when you do hard work, proper work, and make your money.
Hmm.
Please don't go into betting.
Don't go into
Don't go
betting.
into betting. And
Okay.
those who are already there, there is
Hmm.
help.
Okay.
We love you. We want you to be out of it.
Hmm.
So come, we will help you out.
You can't help
You can't
yourself.
help yourself
That's
because
true.
something has taken you over. Like I said
Hmm.
earlier, it's just a kidnap. But
Hmm.
then kidnappers are being, those who are kidnapped are being rescued. You will
Yeah.
be rescued.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
for the government, please let government come up with policies that will help the people, especially the grassroots,
Okay.
to come up.
Hmm.
Policies, economic policy should not be such that it is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Today you make one, tomorrow you alter it.
Hmm.
And then more especially, provide an enabling environment for people to honestly thrive
That's true.
with the work
That's
in
true.
their hands.
Yeah.
Many are eager to thrive
Hmm.
properly, but because the environment to do that is
Yeah.
not there,
Yes.
the empowerment we have been talking about has not worked
At
because it is not real empowerment. So
it's not.
government should look into it and see how they can properly empower people
That's
to
true.
live properly.
That's true. Don't give them bicycles. Don't give
Mm-mm.
them
Wheelbarrow
wheelbarrows.
to
Don't
do
give
what?
them. Before Nigerians were crying of Okada.
Mm.
Years ago, they were giving Okada,
Mhm.
and this time around, we are seeing sometimes. Uh, 3 years, 4 years ago, we are seeing wheelbarrows,
Mhm.
and today we are seeing shoe shiners.
Shushani. And then you go,
As a
you go
means
and
of
fry corn, you go and fry akara, and all
Akara.
those things. Please,
Okay.
we have more that we can give than those
Yeah.
things.
What about the parents?
Yeah, the parents
Mm.
now, please don't abdicate your responsibility
Mm.
as a parent.
Mm.
We have brought these children into this world. Please let us make time and nurture them properly
Mm.
so that they will not, in the long run, become torments in our lives.
Mm.
Do make out time to discuss with your children. Do
Mm.
make out time to encourage them properly. Yeah, but
Mm.
if you have seen a deviation, please bring them. There is help
Mm.
from the rehab centers and the detoxification centers, from the psychotherapist centers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know by now we all know who is with us in the studio. His name is Dr. Mba, and he helps a lot of people with overcome addiction. So if you are addicted to any substance, any behavior, you can seek his help. He's going to help you. There are so many behaviors. There are people who are addicted to corn.
Yeah.
There are people who are addicted to just name it. Okay, his number will be on the bio. So you go there and get help. You can't function as a human being if you're addicted to anything. you can't function as a human being. So endeavor to get help. And it's on this note we are beginning to put the curtain on today's this week program. I told you it's going to be a short one, and it's a short one. If you have any question for Dr. Umba, please feel free to drop it on the comments. We'll ensure it gets to him, and he's going to also respond to them. And yes, he's also going. I think he has subscribed already, so he's going to see it on the channel, and we'll call his attention to it so he can respond. But the most important thing is get help. If you have a child and you're watching football and the child becomes overly abusive, even to their own player, let's say he supports Arsenal and he's abusing Gyökeres, any of these players, and Havertz, he's saying, using explicit words, things that I can't mention here. Then begin to watch that child. There's high tendency the child is addicted to betting, or he plays a bet, and this player is affecting the outcome. We want a society that is free from these vices, and that's why at the Pinnacle we took our time to bring Dr. Mba here, who is also helping a lot of people overcome addiction. So whatever your addiction is, please don't forget to drop it on the comment or private chat us, okay? And we will link you up with Dr. Mba so you can overcome it. My name still remains Kelechi Kocha. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to share to your loved ones. They don't have to be addicted to anything. They may have friends that are addicted to any substance. And guess what? Most times you don't even know anyone that is addicted to any substance. And that's why it's very important to share this to them so they will know how to get help. They can go behind your back and get help. Help is help at the end of the day. My name once again is Kelechi Kocha. Until we meet again next week, I want you to stay out of drugs. That should be your parting words,
That
right?
is it. I want
Yeah.
you to know that addiction can be taken care of.
Yes, there's hope.
Relapse should be not there, should not be there.
Okay.
No,
It's
no.
possible for people not to relapse.
It's possible.
So,
we'll
so
prevent
if it is
relapse.
well
If
handled,
it's well handled,
it's possible
there's
for
no need
people.
for relapse.
Oh, so you see, for those of you that have experienced relapse, there's a high possibility that it was not well handled. Now, according to our expert here, it is very possible for you not to experience relapse. And it's on that good note we're putting the curtain to the Pinnacle today. Bye.
Tell us how you got here.